It's been, let me see how long. How many weeks have we skipped? Almost a month, right? And I'm not still not up to a month.
Maybe about 2 weeks here.
Yeah, I'm talking the back and forth between Chakra TV and Molitown. We've been skipping some days. So
yeah,
it's about the Molitown platform. And welcome to another episode of Contrast Podcast. Me and my co-host, the ambassador representing Chakra TV. So we've been out for 2 weeks. Like we just clarified, we've been out for 2 weeks, and reasons being maybe scheduling and my health. The most recent one is my health, and I'm not even quite like up to standard. Like I don't feel like I even need to, or I'm completely ready to be live. But I just said, you know what, fuck it, let's just do it. Still have cough, so yeah. So we'll just start with life update as usual. So the ambassador, what has been going on for this past 2 weeks? What have you been doing? Then I can jump into what I've been doing and what has been going on with my end.
Yeah, I'll say things have been kind of busy but slow. Busy because this time of the year, end of the year, you are running around to try to conclude 1 or 2 things, trying to set some foundation work to get into the next year.
Of course.
Slow because things are not concluding as fast as I want them to. So that's how I define it as slow. Yeah, but mainly like as I keep on saying, but I think with time people will see what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to set up some things, some content creation things, get some more equipment for my music studio, get some more equipment for my video things. Yeah. The year you are running, the things are not moving as fast as I want to. Some of the business I set some foundation work to get into the next not available yet.
Yep.
Some of the things people that have to do certain things are still delaying. So there's all of that put together. Yeah, but I'm just optimistic, hoping that I can conclude at least 70% of what I want to have a smooth transitioning into 2022.
Into next year. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can say similar, but I believe that on my end, that and maybe all that doing all those things brought stress. Like I believe I was put down by stress, and I got fever. Yeah, and health and all those things. So the last time I wanted us to go live, but I wasn't feeling like, okay, I'm not still even 100%, but there's a lot that we've skipped, and there's so many topics which we could have talked about, and there's so many things like this. A lot. Like when I go through the Contrast Podcast group now, I see a lot of things which we're supposed to have. Wait, I thought I sent the agenda on. Okay, this recent one you can still check on the group. I just sent it now. I thought I sent it. I just posted the thing there and forgot to click send. Okay, we have the thing that Beyonce contacted those girls, and my reply, that reply there was fucking cringy. They replied, the group, the WhatsApp, the Instagram account of that girl, the kid. The reply was fucking cringy. Anyway,
I did not quite get it, so I just felt like in the podcast we explain further, because I don't understand who was posting, who was replying, who was writing. It was not too clear for me.
Yeah, Beyonce contacted the Instagram account, and the reply, the fuck, still don't feel. The reply was kind of,
whose Instagram account?
That girl who was singing that don't get it, that be proud.
Okay, yeah.
And see what was talking about, and Falipe was talking about a girl. That girl everybody was just talking about. I believe the video got to Beyonce, and she wrote the Instagram account for those kids,
Yeah.
And the fuck. And the admin account of the group replied. I think the person controlling the Instagram account replied, but the reply was fucking cringy. Like it was like they were reaching. She already found out you guys existed. She already wrote you guys, and the way they replied was just like, come on, bro. I was just like, whoever wrote that thing. Anyway, then about Ebuka and CY International. We'll address the way CY approach all these things, the way he, Mimi winning the Afrima award. Yeah, there's been a lot. And Bonte too, yeah. The organizer of the award talking about Cameroon artists being too exposed. Like everyday fans see you at the supermarket, they can see you in the streets, they see you at the bar or the club, and you expect them to pay money to see you perform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also one thing. There are so many topics we'll just pick on them. Like,
yeah, and just discuss it briefly.
Yeah, briefly. So, yeah, let's start with the Maahlox on. Have you been following Maahlox live videos for the past 3 days now?
Kind of.
They must say kind of a smile.
So,
what's your take on it?
I like Maahlox. So, how can I put it? Maahlox is one of those characters which I like him, but I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, the same way I like Fish somehow.
Yeah.
I find him entertaining, but I wouldn't want to be him. I also see some shortcomings in the way he's going about his things. Yeah. But I like the fact that he comment en français, il assume. He claims it. He takes responsibility for it. The craziness he's saying. Yeah. So that's why. But when people should not feel like I'm in support of what he's saying because it's good. But I find it interesting and I like what he's saying because at times the society needs people who are going to just say it as it is. I don't want to be the person saying it as it is, but I feel like every now and then the society needs those.
But when somebody says it as it is, you recognize the person and you say, you know what?
Exactly.
Somebody needed to say it.
The rest might crucify him by giving hard support. At times I want to do the same things, but I don't have the courage. My upbringing is restraining me to say certain things, but some of those things have to be said.
Though?
I see it.
Like you say, your upbringing is restricting you from saying certain things. Really?
Yeah. So I mean, even when I talk about that, I mean like his diction, though. So some of those things need to be said crude, like when he's talking about, the way he's referring to those girls and all of those things. If you notice, I always try to use some euphemism and quote certain things. There's certain rawness and bluntness which I saw only in Yaoundé, and I don't know if you know what I'm saying. There's certain rawness that comes with.
Yeah, of course.
Les gens du centre là, ils sont sauvages, mais c'est la vérité. Parce que we all know those things they're talking about, and I think it has to be said, that frankness, But I also felt like at one point there was, how can I call it? Not conflict of interest, but he was contradicting himself.
Yeah, true. But, especially the video of today, he was.
Yeah, he was contradicting himself.
Yeah.
But I like the power.
It's because of passion. Maahlox is somebody who talks out of passion.
Yeah.
He talks out of passion.
He's not thinking. He's not trying to be strategic. He's not.
He doesn't want to construct it to be politically correct. He just says it as it comes to his mind.
If he constructs it, he's going to edit out certain things.
Yes, but he doesn't. And Maahlox hate editing.
On crash ça tout cru. That's what they say in French. You crash ça tout cru. You don't, because once you try to edit, once you think about it, you definitely remove something like, this man might be too offended. Maybe my daughter is watching this. But once you say too crude, too show, you say exactly as you feel, and that's what he did.
Yeah, because most of the things he was saying, right, and he had a valid point, and to a certain extent, and the way he was saying it, right, the way he voiced it, the way he addressed it, the way he tried to make it, I get his point. And he also said he himself, he's not saying he's perfect. He's not.
No.
That's why you don't hear him talking about.
Il dit que nous, on fume le chanvre ici. Et c'est mauvais, on sait. Et quand on nous dit que c'est mauvais, on assume.
On assume.
His problem was these girls were trying to act like they were now role models,
entrepreneurs, role models, and they changed the name to be like influencers and the business.
Business things like saying
exactly.
How do they call it? Manicure pedicure shop, and you buy a car that buys once for 50 million. In
Of
this
course.
Cameroon, how is that possible? That's what was pissing him off.
Yeah, the thing that is pissing him off is like when these girls, when they go online, especially when they go live, they start saying things like mes ongles, je vends les ongles, j'ai un salon, ou j'ai écrit un livre. The person who started this who pushed him to get to this point was the name Claire Natalie. That's the person who pushed him to get to this point, because he was when this African Nations Cup was coming to Cameroon, right? He was talking about, okay, il y a certaines TikTokers qui me contactent pour qu'elles veulent avoir accès aux chambres des joueurs. You know, he just said that, you know, and say, vous allez confirmer que on me paye avant que dans ce numéro où je vous donne ce réseau. He said that thing, okay? Then they came at him. That's how this whole thing started. Then the next phase of it is when Samuel Eto'o now won the president. He said, vous voyez, l'autre là est parti dire qu'elle connaît écrit un livre. Elle a écrit un livre, and anybody who we know who he's talking about. You know, elle a écrit un livre qu'elle connaît parler, qu'elle connaît que ma vie sexuelle, ma vie quoi. Elle en aime. Tu ne sais pas que le chouchou du boss c'est un boss, qu'elle devait être tranquille. Maintenant là, elle devait être le chouchou du président. Et ça veut dire que tu es président.
Elle va avoir les petits contrats autour de
tu vois, et maintenant elle sort que non, elle veut parler, elle voulait écrire un livre. Elle connaît écrit le livre plus que qui. That was where the thing started. So as she wrote that, he subliminally said that, and then she now, her team, manager, people who support her, they started coming at him. That was when he just flat out went straight to it and said, and because when they went live and were talking about that thing, they said, we are business women, we are influencers, we do all this and all that. Maahlox was like, what the fuck are these girls talking about? Okay,
I also read somewhere like the other girl, Biscuit de Mer, comment ça s'appelle, Coco Emilia, she made the social media award for the CAN or something.
That's one of the things that pissed off Maahlox.
Yeah, it was like the blogger or the person coordinating bloggers or the person. Yes.
That's one of the things that pissed off Maahlox. When he was live, somebody called him and he said, c'est vous qui avez donné ces positions ou ce pouvoir au bordel and all that. So that's one of the things that pissed him off. He said in Cameroon is a country where they let this type of girls become poster girls, role models, like in front of every girl. And you see girls saying they want to be like the video he did today. I actually heard some things from it which were real. Like he said, there are women here who are mothers of girls. You're here supporting these girls, supporting these things, calling them role models, calling them business women. You come here support indecency online, but you go back, work, you get up very early, go to work money, send your girls or your daughters or your sons to school to make money. When they go to school, they realize that these girls who are doing all these things, they make more money than what you are spending your money on them to go to school and do. Then they will abandon the school, your money will go to waste, and they'll start doing all those things. At the end, you start saying your kids are stubborn, your kids have gone wayward. When you came online supporting these girls as role models, you are a parent. Yes, he said, ça existait. Even fans and those girl supporters, they were saying this thing has been existing for long. These girls have been doing, even in those days, there are girls like this. Mais il said, c'est vrai, je ne refuse pas. Mais ce n'est pas quelque chose qu'on fait ça en public. On cache.
Non, et même quand on fait ça en public, tu assumes. Quand on dit que tu es ça, dis que oui, je suis ça. C'est ça plus un problème que pourquoi tu veux changer maintenant que tu es entrepreneur, jusqu'à tu dis aux gens que tu fais les ongles et maintenant tu as 50 millions. Dans quel Cameroun?
Et tu
connais combien de ongles tu dois faire avant d'acheter une voiture de 50 millions?
So that's it.
C'est a fait tout l'Union européenne.
That means you were watching that video like me. I laugh. I was just on the floor. I was on the floor dying.
But what I also liked was the pub he kept on doing for his boisement.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, I can't wait to go around just go and check how the boisement looks like. He
Of
kept
course.
on throwing his people for his power, man, and I really like that. I like when, in the worst of times, in the craziest of times, in the sad times, you do the business still.
Yeah. So that whole thing, even right now on Molly Town, there's a fucking debate going on in the comment section because that video is on Molly Town and it is going wild on Molly Town. People for Maahlox, people against Maahlox, guys calling him Ifim Lokwa.
They like if you see what Maahlox said, that's where the problem is. People keep on coming at him like he's known for the most obscene things in the music industry, the worst videos, his lyrics are obscene and all of that. The one he said, that's what he does. Like when they said, c'est pas toi qui fais danser les filles nues. Il disait, mais si elle veut danser nues, je vais faire comment? Je vais donner le travail, comme je donne le travail aux jeunes, mais je vais
Exactly, that's what he said even in the life. Que même au boisement.
He said like, moi je suis un mauvais. He said it many times, moi je suis un mauvais. Je fume le chant, c'est ce que je fais. Mais quand on me reproche de ça, j'assume. Je dis que oui, je fume le chave. Mais pas que je viens dire maintenant aux jeunes que je suis un cadre. Pourtant, tout le monde sait que je fume le chave. Voilà, c'est fait.
Like even when One Love said, there's one thing that when the thing One Love said, okay, Maahlox, even on the live, he said, si tu veux venir au boisement, si tu veux venir ici là danser nu, je vais te donner le boulot. Tu viens, tu danses. Je vais te payer. Mais quand on te demande que qu'est-ce que tu fais, dis que tu danses au boisement nu.
Exactement.
Ne dis pas que tu fais les ongles. Ne dis pas que tu as fait ça.
La jeune fille qui te suit, c'est parce qu'elle a décidé qu'elle veut danser aussi nu. Elle assume.
Exactly.
Elle te suit maintenant en route, elle comprend que vraiment ce n'est pas ça. Elle est coincée au milieu. Et, oui.
And there's one thing to with Maahlox songs. There's one thing to with Maahlox songs. Maahlox sings his reality. He sings the reality of Cameroon, the town he grew up. Maahlox grew up in Mendong, Yaoundé. That's where our house in Yaoundé also is. And I know how that street is. I know how that area is. Okay?
Yeah.
I know the lifestyle there.
Sauvage.
So everything he says in his songs, he's reflecting his reality. Those girls who dance on in his videos, those girls want to be in his videos. So, like he said, he gives them jobs. He puts them in his video to expose the reality of life. And he knows, okay? And he knows that most of the time, his journey has been so, let's just say, so explosive, because there are times when he reflects or when he portrays this reality in Cameroon, that is what the reality is in Cameroon, they sanction him for it. Like TV stations blackball him, places blacklist him for it. But the same TV stations play songs for Cardi B, who are even completely nude in their videos and all the rest. Worst, you know. And these girls now, when the reason they blackball him, or the reason these girls try to make these things, or these people in this position, they try to blackball him, there are those guys who are actually into it or actually glorify those things, and they're trying to pretend those things don't exist.
No, you know, the African society has a strong element of hypocrisy. I mean, like accepted hypocrisy. So we all know this what happens, but I don't talk about it. Let's just get. So yeah, hypocrisy is a very strong component in the African culture. A lot of things. When you look at the hypocrisy of the life, anyway, it's I like what he did, and yeah, I also feel like when the others are coming at him, let's have a debate of. For me, the only debate that I've come at him with is like, okay, you're also doing this thing, so you are not coming really from a moral standpoint.
He said he's not a role model.
He said it, so he has already claimed that part of it. So when people like One Love are coming at him, I just feel like yes, because they have their beef running already. So I just take an opportunity to get at him. I can't wait for Steve Fat to do something about it.
Yeah, no, Steve has been going against Natalie for the longest. No, Steve is somebody who will come with Maahlox. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, but you know, Steve also had beef with Maahlox.
True.
Yeah, but I just feel like he will not support Natalie Kwa because he has beef with Natalie Kwa. If not, he was some other person, Steve would have jumped into this thing. But because he has beef with both people, there's no reason to support any of them. So he just lets them fight together.
True. And there's one thing to with One Love. One Love is somebody who doesn't release music. She releases music when there's a trend. Bidunkwat, you recall that time of Bidunkwat, there was a trend. When Kolela Petit blew up and all this Kole dance sa, when it became a trend, he wrote a song that coming at Franco that Tuti Kolela kwa or Petit Peika. When Petit Peika did Payday, he came. One Love is somebody who tries to attach himself to the moment, to the trend.
Yeah.
Now that Maahlox is the trend and Maahlox is the moment, you see he has popped up again.
On it,
yeah, that's just his whole move. When there's anything trending at the moment, he tries to attach himself to it. So to him, I don't take him serious most of the time when it comes to all those things. He's great at rap. He's nice at rapping. I give him that.
But I feel like he has become weaker. I used to like him when he did c'est le DVD ou c'est quoi.
Yes.
But one time, like 2005 or so, when the band Short Skirts and Things, he had a song about it where he called Chantal Biabi in the song. They had another song for something tapioca. I've forgotten that the song about tapioca. That was like 2004.
Yeah. So and at that time, that whole news of banning short skirts was trending in Cameroon. It was a popular subject. Yeah. So he made a song about it. That's just it. He just jumped on popular topics and. I believe he uses music to give his own point of view or try to attach himself to trends. Yeah, that's just One Love. So his own opinions don't really count a lot. So let's move to Bonte. Man, I feel like shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move to Bonte. Bonte said.
So are we going to talk about Bonte and then transition into what's his name?
CY. Yeah.
CY.
Yeah, because the two things, Bonte, Bonte is a reasonable guy in Cameroon.
I watched the Bonte thing live, although it was this kind of Facebook live where, because it took place really late at night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. about.
Yeah.
Some my very intensive working hours, so I cannot be here. So I watched it early that morning, the next day on the live. And when I saw the comments he had been making before, and I knew that these comments were coming from experiences he was having with regards to organizing the Bonte thing itself. So you saw the comment he made about artists. That's something I've been saying like for the last 10 years. I cannot forget the day. I will not call names because somebody I know, I'm used to it. But when I just came back, his song was actually blowing up.
Big G.
And I was going for a show. And I think I've mentioned this thing before. And I was driving into the stadium.
It's Big G.
And I saw him dropping off a taxi and I was like, nigga, I'm driving this kind of car into this show to come and watch you and you're dropping off a taxi. And I just felt like somehow the whole buzz I had or the anticipation I was coming to just sunk in my stomach. Yeah. And I always said like, at times it's not just about the song because I can play that song at home and listen to it. It's the whole experience of the person, the song, how he would dress, how the girls would shout, that whole experience. That's what people come to watch during the concert. So when the experience is not there, the anticipation is not there, then it's just the song. That's not really much though. Because plus you're not really singing live most of the time. So what are we really coming to see? So the whole event experience in Cameroon is really low. And then now, so that's what Bonte was alluding to where he said, what's the point? And now those artists will be like, we need this amount of money, we're paying Nigerians this. Cameroonians don't see Buka every day, they see him on TV, Big Brother, whatever. And then we see him, when we get to see him, we'll treat him like a star. But I cannot be seeing you every boulangerie, every snack, every beneteria I go to, and then you expect me to treat you like a star. After a while, that whole star vibe dies down. It's a simple of demand and supply. There's excess supply of your stardom, so there cannot be a high demand for the excess supply. It's just a simple economy. Now, regards to the show, I think I said this before. Regards to this show, and I didn't think it was a good idea to put Muriel on that show. She did a good job for a start, but the finessing, the level of, because the biggest star at that show was Ibuka, But the level of presentership, if that's a word, or that skill of presenting stuff, I did not get it. If you watch the beginning, because I said I watched the whole thing from start. One, the Saturday and that event. Two, I think I saw on MC Dibenja put up something where it was saying Cameroonian need to, that Ibuka did a great job. He mastered the names and things.
Yeah.
But he just said Muriel, for her first time, she did a good job. I mean, about 3-4 posted and said, for her first time, she did a good job. That should say something too. When they say, for your first time, that's a good job. It means it was not wow excellent, but it was it was good. She also capitalized a lot on her comedy side whenever she maybe made a faux pas. She just played around with comedy and it was good. But I felt like when we bring an Ibuka, we should also put something where people will be mesmerized at the level of, how do they even call it, MCing or presenter.
It's MC. Yeah,
MCing. When I talk MCing, I'm thinking more of like MC
rapping.
MCing too, MCing. So in the beginning, if you notice, that it was not smooth. At one point, it was like she was interrupting Ibuka about twice. It sounded like he was still talking, then she just jumped in. But there's a way when people have practiced enough together, you know who has to say what, and they actually leave the person, you know, like, okay, this is what he's going to do. So I'm just going to, as he's fading away, I'm jumping in. But I don't cut a large chunk of when he still has ideas to present. And then at one point, I don't know if that was what was planned, but I felt like maybe Ibuka went back to you and said, you know what, the two of us, because most of the time, what happens when they're co-hosts, both of them are on the stage. But it's like, I don't know if that's what they planned on the onset, but I just had to feel like maybe Ibuka went behind and said, man, both of us cannot host on the same stage. Let her go, then I go. So if you notice, the beginning they tried, there were 1 or 2 hicks there. One was speaking in English, then she starts speaking in French. Now he keeps trying and wants, like, is she translate what I'm saying, or is she saying her own things? Because if she's saying her own things, there's a partnership in MCing when it's 2 people where you're like bouncing off the other person. And people are making it look interesting. But now both of them could not really dialogue because she speaks mainly French and he speaks mainly English. I mean, they're not even like 40% anything. They're really like 3% or 5%. Their English and their French. So it was not smooth. So now they started, she does her things in French, she does it in English. And that reduced the Ibuka time on stage. And I'm like, if this guy has paid Ibuka this much, people do not really get to see him like that. Where for me, and then the last thing I had issues with was the quality of artists they brought. The artists, and I tell people like, that's some of the things in Cameroon. I really applaud these guys because they try. If they don't do it, nobody would do it. But at times I really wish I really want to do it, let's really do it. So at times I have ideas of shows in my mind, but that's one of the weaknesses too that I have is like, I want to overplan it. I'm like, even if it's going to be 10 people, let it really be a wow experience. At least I will be in the audience, let me watch it and be like, yes, this was a show. I really don't want cracks on the floor when I'm doing my thing. So lastly for me is the quality of artists. Imagine that, okay, we said we are bringing Ibuka here so that Nigerians will look and then now pay attention to the industry. When Nigerians come to look, what do they see? Are those the artists we really want to show Nigerians? It's not even our B list, it's not even our C list. Then the audience was very, very Cameroonish, as I always say. Everybody feels that, anyway, but all of them were stars. But when you're an audience, you are no longer stars, you are the audience. You have to act like fans, be entertaining, but everybody was just boning, a kind of funny boning. You hear people.
Most of these guys are. I don't know Cameroon. I don't know the kind of complex we have because even if you watch the BET or the Grammy, when you watch the BET or the Grammy, you see Rihanna dancing, Beyonce dancing because they came to an award show.
But
you understand?
All of them felt like if I dance to be like I'm less of a star, you are the star, and I'm a fan. So everybody was just boning there and things, and I'm like, we still don't get it. And then I also feel like partly it's because of the quality of artists we had. Because when Kosi came to the stage, People actually vibe to Kosi. Kosi really got the crowd animated. Yeah. And then lastly, most of the people were not present. And that's what really pissed me off. So I'm like, even people who are not really all that, people I'm like, I can understand that maybe Stanley feels like he's too big. But even you too feel that you're too big for an award. People that you feel like they should be very happy that anybody has covered them anyway. Plus, a show presented by an Ibuka, but they didn't show up. I mean, like, maybe 60% of the people didn't show up. Some sent representatives, somebody had to keep the awards for them, and I'm like, yeah, I can understand. They gave Eto'o an award, Eto'o did not show up. I can understand that Eto'o does not show up.
Yeah, he's a president now. He has a lot. He has a lot of responsibilities now.
Yeah. One of the cases, this one I'm going to cite her name because I was really heartbroken. It was the best presenter. The award for best presenter or MC or something. And Ibuka said, I really want to see who win this award because this is my field. And hopefully I can get to do something. If I want to do something in Cameroon or with a Cameroonian, I can know who to rely on, something like that. And she didn't show up.
Who was the person?
And if you know her, it's not like, even who I don't see any MC in Cameroon who think that are bigger than Ibuka. But this lady, she's not even that big yet. I mean, Faith Tata, she's rising up consistently because she started here in Boya. Then now she has moved to, I think she's that is my movie prime, or this is my media guys. So she's progressing consistently. But that was an opportunity. Ibuka says short a thing. You never know how if she came on stage, how the interaction and the vibing would have been. And she's based in Douala. My media prime is in Douala. Even if they were based in France. So when I saw that, and a lot of these other bloggers and people, I'm like, for God's sake, why are these people not showing up? But that's Cameroon for you, man.
So now, do you see why I decided to do the Molita Awards as a digital award?
Man, to do some of these things in Cameroon, you need to be very passionate and very courageous. It's I mean, when I was watching that thing, I was just like, how much have these guys spent to take this thing to Douala, to bring Ibuka, to try to make it as much hype as they can? And then, yeah, man, it's for those who know what it takes to organize these things, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The thing too with one of these things, who are the guys attending? That's one of the motivation for the crowd, or who would show up. Fanfare.
No, but that's the Liby. Somebody has to do something for some other person to come.
Yeah.
So at times, the MTNs and the Orange will not come there because the Stanleys and the Salatiers are not there.
No, I mean fanfare in such a way that
come because the Orange and the MTNs are not there.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen who was nominated and who made it to the show, like who were nominated and who came and all these things. And even Ebuka is presenting. I heard Ebuka is like a huge name in Boya, like Boya girls fan out for Ebuka a lot. So why didn't they show up?
That's why you should be very careful with Cameroonians. They will talk all this smoke on Facebook, but when it really comes to
another thing too,
the least effort to show support, they don't.
Okay, another thing too should be, how much was the ticket for the show, for the award? How much was it?
I don't know, but I don't think it was that expensive though.
Was it about 5,000 francs?
Possibly. I don't really know, because I heard during the press conference he was saying everybody there has a discount. So I'm assuming that, okay, if people get a discount, 1,000 francs will not be given for a discount for 1,000 francs. So it should be something.
Yeah, because the ticket, if it's 1,000, then so many people absent, then there is a problem, not with the organization or the personality or the pride of those guys coming to the show. But yeah, there's a problem. But to me, I consider the biggest problem for the attendance of this show was the ticket price. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I just believe that was it because they spent a lot to bring Ebuka. They believe Ebuka will be the
No, I
crowd
also
puller.
think like Ibuka is not that known in Douala.
So why did it?
known more?
So
by the
why did they take the
Anglophones in
show to
Bonaberi
Douala?
side in Douala.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, but that's that confusion which we Anglophones have because you are trying to get the Francophone market, but you have more access and what you do is more welcome in the Anglophone market towards Nigeria. But now you are trying to get the Francophone market. So yeah,
if the show was held in Boya, don't you think the attendance would have been higher than that? Yeah.
All the way would have been higher.
So at one point it's a miscommunication or how can I put it, between the organization and
remember these same guys are the guys who brought it's true Bonte is different from what's his name, Click
Prince
Enobi, but they always
Enobi.
work together. Enobi was support. I saw when they went to pick him up from the airport, all of those Enobi was always there. So Enobi you always see him in Bonte's team.
I just believe Bonte and Enobi are the same people. They have the same office.
Yes, they brought their show to Boya, was suspended. Naira Marley took it to Limbe, was suspended. So you cannot really blame them. They're taking it out to Douala.
You know, because
you recall when they brought Naira Marley.
Yeah, because I know it's the same people, Bonte and Enobi. Yeah, it's the same circle. Bonte can be the headline, can be heading the events this time. The next time it can be Enobi, but it's the same circle. It's the same promotion. Yeah, it's the same promotion. But I just believe the miscommunication. I don't know if it is miscommunication, but they mix up between having the show in Douala, having Ebuka the main presenter. You know, maybe they thought taking it to Douala because of Maurier Blanche would make a higher turnout. Maybe that's another thing too.
Yeah, but Maurier Blanche really had a crowd going there. I remember one time because something people were not answering the show, like, let me show you how it's done, show like it's Kesava, and people were shouting and things like that. Yeah, but I feel like Ibuka would have pulled crazier crowds in Boya.
Where was the show displayed at? Because I didn't see it.
How do they call this? Is it hotel? I forgot. There's this hotel.
No, I mean the channel that broadcasted it, or how was it?
No, I was just watching it. I was watching it live on Facebook.
On Bonte's page.
No, there's this other guy. What's his name? This blog, Hot Gem.
Okay, Hot Gem.
Yeah. Watching live on Hot Gem. But for me, I just feel like it's annoying, it's painful, but this is the journey which the pace sets and entrepreneurs have to work. And hopefully now, the only advantage they get is they have that reputation of, I brought this one. NLB has the thickest palmarès in terms of international artists and big names. People he has brought. That will also mean that he has contacts with those guys. And there's something in Cameroon, they'll easily call an NLB like, hey, NLB, what's up in Cameroon? Can we bring this guy, or can you send us this guy, or things like that? So that also position themselves in a good place. But that's too much money to spend to position yourself. I feel like, they're just paying the school fees to learn some of these lessons and get some of these contacts and build this network. So that's one of the optimistic side of things. But apart from that, it's crazy, you know.
That's heartbreaking. Listening to the turnout of the show and everything is heartbreaking. But I just
and those guys.
But to me, knowing where I come from, Cameroon, I just think one of the problems may be the ticket sales, the ticket price. To me, as a Cameroonian, from my point of view, that's just what I may think.
Yeah.
And the location too. So CY now came. Maybe the failure or maybe the turnout of the show prompted CY to say that, right? Or was it before the show?
CY started going at this even before. Because I think I saw this thing on blogs even before CY commented. When Ibuka just got to the stage, he spoke on it.
Yeah. Oh.
During the event, yeah, he spoke on it. He said he does not have a page. He just has a Facebook. How do they call it?
He has an Instagram.
An account. He has a Facebook account. He does not have a page. So he's not all put out that thing. And the lesson people should take is not everything you see on Facebook is true. So he's not the one who wrote that whole joke there. But the blogs had already taken it up. He said he loves Cameroon. He does not have any proof of Cameroon. Why should he be saying such a thing? The blogs had already taken it up, and CY7 on the blogs already made a comment on it. Yeah, but I just feel like, one, I think I've said this before. Our problem is not the Nigerians. Our problem is us. Nigerians always do Nigerians. You cannot tell somebody what to do with his money, with his talent, with his country. We don't have any leverage to hold them off on. So we should just plan our strategy and then position ourselves based on our own advantages. And then once our advantages are visible to them, we can start having leverage now to twist their arms and say, okay, if you don't give me this or if you don't do this for me, I'll not do this. But when we stand, we are not working. As I said, now we say we are bringing Ibuka. The only advantage is we want to get exposure. What do we expose? What do we show Nigerians? What is the value we put out there? Ibuka came and gained more fans in Cameroon and maybe French Africa. What did we gain? Did we also gain same that way when we not put our best foot forward? Look at the quality of shows we put. So I feel like we should stop blaming Nigerians. CY's case in particular, I always say, I think he brings up legitimate points, but his approach is poor. And the solution, he does not propose any real solutions or realistic solutions. He raises valid points. But this is the history of humanity. The Romans had issues with maybe the Greeks. That the Greeks were coming to, maybe the Roman culture was dominating the Greek culture. America at one time was dominating Europe, or is still dominating Europe.
It's dominating the world.
So it's the history of time that's always been of cultures dominating others resisting. Now the underdog becomes the stronger one, then they dominate the rest, then the rest complain, then it goes like that. So it's just a circle of humanity. We should not take it serious. But when these things are happening, we have had trade wars. You don't come out and say, like when the whole Huawei thing was going on with America, we all knew that money was at the bottom of that problem.
Of course.
But Donald Trump will always make it look like it's a strategic reason, it's a political reason, it's a human rights issue, all the attacks on China and the rest. But the bottom line is China is giving them a tough run for their money and all of that. So we don't need to come out and then start being the crybabies. We just need to strategize behind the scene too and then lay down our own cards.
Another one too can be power, not necessarily money. Yeah.
So I feel like rather than complaining, Cameroonians should work hard. We should have showed our resistance, or we should have put our energy behind making sure that the Bonte show is a massive success. Rather than making noise on Facebook or complaining about this. We have complained, everybody knows, and it's not the first time. South Africans will complain, even on Ghana. I watched Ghanaians are already complaining. Ghanaians were like, Nigeria, like, okay, the thing we said, top 10, was it top 10 or top 20? They were Ghanaian artists. What's his name? Sheldon, there's this big YouTuber in Ghana. Was making fun of all the Ghanaian artists. This guy came out and said they're not supporting their own. How do they expect the artists to grow when they're supporting a year? Whatever. But all of those things is not new. But behind the scene, what speaks the most is the work. You put in the work and your industry adds value, now you can talk. You don't even need to talk. People will see that this was happening and you can now strong arm people and tell them like, no, man, you need this from us in Cameroon. This is what we bring to the table. If you don't give us this, we cannot give you this. Once we don't have anything to offer, our biggest strength, our diversity, we are not leveraging off it. Instead of preaching division and we are weakening the diversity we have, we imagine if we came on that stage and then we showed the smooth, how can I call it, blend of French and English, where the French will look like, these guys are good. The English will look like, these guys are good. But we did not put that show. That's what we should leverage up our diversity, but we don't do it. We go and start arguing with people of, you are my brother, I thought you should welcome me. Which brother? Your mother is not sure of your brothers. Who is your brother? So, I just keep on telling Cameroonians, let's work hard and stop complaining. where we should have shown the real protest was supporting Bonte and making a massive success. We did it. Now coming to complain that Nigerians should sympathize with who for what? In the capitalist world, everybody wants the most. Everybody wants as much as they can get. If they can squeeze Cameroonians next till we die and then they get all, they want it. So don't expect sympathy in the capitalist world. All of those things that people say, my brother, yes, we all say that. But when push comes to shove, I want as much as I can get, he wants as much as I can get. It's if he can put his foot down, I put my foot down, then we get our as just as we can get. But if your foot cannot be down, man, they'll sweep you off the floor and then throw you into the dustbin and take everything you have. So that's the capitalist world. You just have to work hard so that our legs get strong and then we can also stand our ground and negotiate.
Yeah, I did not even know the show had passed. That you see, I did not even know. So I'm even worse than somebody who knew I never went. No, I'm even better because I did not even know. Yeah, but somebody who actually knew the date, knew everything. I was nominated and didn't attend. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, that's it.
It's crazy, huh? I mean, a large number, and you know, Ibuka trying to be politically correct has been giving you say Cameroonians, I like the energy, I like the this, but I know in his mind that these guys are shit. Because I mean, like, people don't show up. You know, he's always come out like clap for your arts, and people are clapping like, what are we doing for? Cameroonians, yeah, we should stop complaining. We have a long way to go. We are our problem. One, we don't work. Yeah. Two, we all feel like we are all stars.
Yeah, that was it. That was it for today. I didn't know we could run up 3 topics like this. It's just because these topics are straightforward. Like, Zingalo even said something about, Zingalo even said something like, Maahlox is very direct, and anything he says it the way it is. He doesn't sugarcoat it. Like, he just says it the way it is. Yeah. So, yeah, that's that. And as for the Ibuka thing and the rest, one love thing, everything, yeah, that's all we had to say for today, and that's our own point of view for the episodes of today. I did not even know that Bonte show had passed, but I would just believe from the complaints you did, from the complaints you gave, I just think, to me, it may be the cost of the ticket and the location. Douala, they wanted to capitalize off Maurier Blanche since they took it to Douala, and Boya, it did not hold in Boya. I believe they brought Ibuka because of the fans in Boya, and they took it to Douala because of Maurier Blanche.
And then you are doing for the fans here, there was that too.
Yeah, and they took it to Douala because of Maurier Blanche. Maybe there was a problem with hosting it or having the events in Douala. Maybe that's why they took it to Douala, to maybe capitalize off one half of it. And
no, but I feel like, I don't know, Liby, have you attended an event in Cameroon like in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I attended one in Bamenda. That was, I think, the launching of a movie, I think.
So,
the turnout was good. The one I attended, the turnout was good.
So for me, it's not about turnout. You know, like, even when we say they took it to Douala, right?
Yeah.
I have driven across Cyprus to go and attend an event. People drive across countries in Europe to go attend events. I'm sure even in America, people move large distances to go for events. People go and camp in places and sleep nights for these shows that they have, these Coachellas and these festivals and things. So I just feel like we have not given people the savoir of what an event is, that experience. One, I say the fact that our artists, as soon as we moved from the petit generation into this whole digital generation, they stopped practicing live things. That killed the event industry by maybe 70%. Now, after that happened, we also, how can I even put it? The entertainers decided to settle with everything grew, but the event organizing industry did not grow. So the movie industry grew, our quality of film stepped up, the King Steven videos were growing and becoming better, the artists were singing better songs, but the event industry did not grow.
No, there is creative, there is show, but there's no business.
No, I mean, at the event side, even the show is not there.
Event is business.
I went for an event in where was this even? Some border between how can I call it, the Turkish side of Cyprus, where just it was almost like a large beach. It was a beach show, and they brought a DJ there. And the light technician just used lights and entertained the crowd for almost 45 minutes, where the crowd was actually clapping with lights. Light engineer. Then I performed at one other show too. Was it the other time I used to dance? I performed at that show, and between the fire guys and we were sponsored by Shaq. We're doing some dancing thing on the side, and then there's this guy Van Boren. I don't know if you know him. He's this kind of David guitar kind of DJ.
Yeah.
Van Boren. So I performed at the Van Boren show. I was a dancer, and so if the DJ is just doing what he's doing, mixing different songs. We are doing freestyling on the side. Some people are playing with fire. They bring somebody who is doing this kind of circus thing. So there is this whole experience in it. Then you make sure that the drink side is on point. You know, like people need their drinks or their shows to go. You almost have like waitress girls who are there serving people, and they're also on point. So there is this all these other factors of the experience which you leave the show and it's like people are talking, you know, like when people are going back and you're like, whoa, did you see that light man? He killed it. That guy was dancing. Oh. So there's that entertainment almost like you watch a football match where they build your emotion until you get to this stage. And I'm like, even when they started with senior pastor is like, we're having some delays with the MCs coming on stage, and senior pastor started. And I felt like we don't practice our shows. Huh? So he started with a very good joke, then flopped about 4 jokes in between, and then now did about 3 good jokes, which I feel like to keep the intensity of the experience, I would have removed all of those 4 jokes in the middle. If somebody sits, like for me, when you watch Beyonce's preparation on Netflix, where she says she took 3 months to prepare, and I've seen even Ciara do it and lots of, and then even these other smaller girls doing it in America. We take about the first 1 month we're just rehearsing, then the last month now is where maybe the organizers and maybe like 5 other people just come and sit, and people perform the show like that's the show. And they're like, no, take this off, put lights in here, DJ, you stand there. It will be better if we actually synchronize, or how do they even call it? We act out like the show is happening live. So if somebody sees, like, you can be like, okay, man, this joke in my flop, pull out these 2 jokes. This one, put it like that. Interact with the crowd here like that.
That's why you see.
It's almost like you're planning. I think even in rap we do it. When you are doing your verses, there is a way you're building. You are playing with the person's emotion, and it's going up. Then you hit the climax. Then you start going down. Then you stabilize the flow. Same thing with movies.
No, with this thing with comedy, that's why you have stand-up comedians. They go on the road. They visit small clubs. That's how they work jokes.
Yeah.
You know, in small clubs, small venues, small occasions, that's how they work jokes that they use on their stand-up specials. That's how it is. Yeah. So if he had tried those jokes before, he would have noticed that, okay, those ones in the middle don't work. I think he has to change it or work it again. Yeah.
Or do something on it, or pull it off. And I said,
take it out.
Event. There are small events.
At that point of it, he used interaction with the crowd. He started interacting with the crowd in the middle of it before he segue to the next one. Yeah. Because interactive comedy always works sometimes. Maybe you may be roasting a heckler, somebody who tries heckling you on stage, or maybe you may be asking questions, or use the crowd to feed this.
So same thing I said about the jokes of like, he should have kept the intensity. So rather than telling us 10 jokes and then 5 flop, tell us 5 jokes and let's enjoy the jokes.
Yeah.
You know, like when Nigerians take you on a journey and then by the time he's leaving, you're sleeping on the floor. We maybe 4 jokes. In between the 4 jokes, he interacts with the crowd and says foolish things and whatever, and then maybe insults some people here and there.
Yeah.
He says like 4 jokes, and he kills you with those 4 jokes. Rather than coming to just give us a deep dive and then towards the end, give us like 3 solid good jokes. But I think the joke he told at the end, I think he's repeating that joke, but he has modified it a little bit. But he had used that joke at Alliance Franco, one other show I attended there. Yeah. But for me, it's still good. A good joke is a good joke. You can always spice up a good joke and then spin it out. It's still good to tell a solid joke that now this joke is going to kill it, rather than trying to experiment and it does not pick up. And then same thing with the artists. I felt like, yeah, man, put 2 solid artists in the beginning, 2 solid artists in the middle, and then 2 solid at the end. In between, you can put some one upcoming people. But you don't line us like 3 upcoming people, then bring Kosi, then put another presentation, which is not all of that. For me, if I do my show, if I want my experience to be intense, I'll put just the Kosi. That's all I have. If I don't have an upcoming artist who is fire, and then I don't want, I mean, at least do some freestyle thing like these rappers that come and then and the crowd goes, whoa, then now you go and do your playback thing. Don't just come with your playback and do playback, and I'm like, I have a radio at home, man. Come on, I want to just listen to this song as I play. I don't need to take a car from Boya, buy a ticket and sit here for you to play me this cassette again. So, yeah, there's work to be done. At times it says it's easier speaking than doing.
Yeah, easier said than done, yeah.
Easier said than done, yeah. But there's work to be done, man. Diaspora, you guys should come and help us out here.
Yeah. We are building. When we see this kind of mistakes, we try to make sure that what we are building, we don't face this kind of problem.
Yeah, let it be solid. And when you stand up like that is the reference now.
So we are still building. And the last time you and I spoke, on, did you check those guys on those Spotify streams? Did you check them?
Nah. To be honest, nah. My auto has not been the best, but as usual, if I'm not down like on drips, I just keep moving. I've been kind of slow these days. I've not been feeling too well, even with my online activity. Because Mark Cedric is another one whose streams are also shooting up now on Spotify. Right? Yeah. Spotify means I need to have an account, right? I don't think so. I don't know, because I have an account, but I don't know if you don't have an account. I need to have an account because if they pay those people for streaming, they have to deduct the money from somewhere. Okay, you mean to distribute on Spotify? No, to play music. I think even when I used to use iTunes, no, it's almost like YouTube. It's almost like YouTube. When YouTube play, are you supposed to have an account? There's YouTube Premium, like what I have now. Is intense with adverts. Exactly. Spotify has adverts too, and it has Premium. The same way YouTube has Premium and it has adverts. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you need to have an account to listen to music on. I've used iTunes before, but not Spotify like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll check. I'll either ask somebody or I'll check, and then I'll see if something which I'll get back to you. Yeah. Okay. I'll check with her too. I think she has Spotify. So what's up with her? Is she good? Yeah, just busy with other things. Okay. Yeah. All right. My regards to her. Trying to build. Yeah. I think I'll reach out to her and give her a. Yeah. And when I'm fully recovered, we are facing a lot of challenges out here, man. I mean, just not to get into details, but imagine that you invest a couple of M's in a place. Yeah. And then now you cannot use the place, but you already put the money there. Yeah. Is it a studio? The studio thing we're trying to set up, because like, I'm doing the same thing in Boya and we're doing the same thing in Yaoundé. Yaoundé was better because we had a large space. Yeah. But now we are having sound challenges in the Yaoundé place. So I'm just... And with these sound things where we don't have professional sound guys, we don't know exactly how to solve it. People come and propose things, you spend money, and then it still does not solve the problem. And I'm just like, I'll be doing what I can there, but I'll just rather focus in Boya where I know that I can master the situation in Boya. But we had spent a lot to set up the place in Yaoundé. There's also a place in Yaoundé there that I'm finishing up. Maybe that's where we'll be renting it out for guys who want to create studios or houses.
It's
Yeah.
a very big complex. It's story building.
Okay.
I want the Muli Town headquarters, like the head office, to be upstairs, the last one at the top, and then the other ones down. We can rent it out. But when we get there, maybe we may transfer, like when we have to do contracts, I may just leave from my office, go down. We do the episodes. When you have to do Muli Town, like in the same building.
Yeah.
It's in Yaoundé. I'll be coming down anytime soon to see how far the work has gone.
All right.
And so we can put all those things in the same place and see how it works.
So the thing is, like, as I said, we have a lot of ideas, a lot of things we want to do, and at times to get overwhelmed. So she's really trying to sort out some personal, some joint project things behind the scene. Yeah. So she's good, but just overwhelmed a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Man, things are really messing up a lot.
Nah, but I'm not worried, because I know when I've been through these journeys before, but different things, or maybe different sectors,
different aspects of life, different domains. Yeah.
I mean, like, now I can sit at home and then a couple of numbers get to me, and people are wondering, like, why are things just coming to this man this easy? How is he being? And I'm like, when I put in the work, you did not see it, so I don't expect you to understand. Why the money right now to be doing like
exactly.
So, that's why I'm not worried, because I know, like, you just need to pray for health and life. But if you put in the work, there will come a time when opportunities and things will just come to you, and you'll be like, even you put in the work, you'll be shocked, like, why am I too blessed? I mean, I've looked at the number on something and I've been like, whoa, this person make a mistake, but it was not a mistake. But when you think about it, you also imagine the work which you, at times you don't even factor in the work.
Exactly.
Like, you think about paying yourself for some of the excess work you do. You just feel like, I'm just doing it, is my thing. But imagine somebody else to pay you for all the editings you are doing, the losses you have done, the investments you have done in people, the award shows you have done, the support you have given to the industry that you don't even know where it went to. You just supported, and then it's scattered everywhere. By the time all of those things start to add up and then come back to you, it looks like it's too much blessings coming your way, but actually it's just things adding up and coming back.
The way I am and the way I've been structured, I don't think I would like all those things to come to be that way. Because there was a period, maybe still going through almost the same period, where you feel like you don't have to work or stress again. It's a bad thing. I've gone through that, and I felt like it had a bad impact on me.
Effect on you.
Yeah, it made me feel like at one point I just started asking myself, I'm becoming lazy. Because whether I work or I don't work.
I don't know if you follow this guy, Jackman.
Yeah, there's a standard thing, that amount that I get, whether I work or I don't work. So at a certain time, and the more I work, I add on to what I already have standard. And it's huge, of course. But sometimes I just feel like, why should I? And it's bad. And sometimes I hate myself when those kind of things happen. I just start saying, but at least I've worked for that.
At that time, your work starts become, it's not about you, it's about impact. I'm even slowly transitioning into that phase where you are like, you no longer measure according to the profit you make. You measure according to the amount of impact you have in your society. And then that's, I mean, in a place like Cameroon, lives to touch will never lack. Mouths to feed will never lack. People to help will never lack. So, you can live 3 lifetimes and still have things to do to help out. So,
because right now in my life, I can just wake up. I can just wake up now and just just connect the internet, connect the PS5, FIFA, start challenging with these guys in France, Europe, Cyprus. That's just my day. But money is entering my account, and it's bad. I realize that it's bad for me.
Huh?
I don't get paid as a gamer. I do that because I don't need to work to make money.
Okay, yes, money is still generated. Okay,
you understand? And there are sometimes when I sit there and Even my girl
so that's you now
turn and say it's not good for my health.
Challenge for yourself. If you have a couple of people you are mentoring and some companies you have started, I mean, look at a guy like Dangote, man. Do you think Dangote is working for even his 5 generations to come might not be poor? But he's just trying to.
I think I just need a
that
new
legacy as solid as can be.
Yeah, a new motivation, and that's one of the things that pushed me to start signing the girl like in South Africa. Maybe that would be a challenge.
Yeah.
To break that side,
Yeah.
That's the reason I brought up. That distribution thing and the rest. Man, because most of the
I've got some other startup online meeting thing like in 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. I know Maahlox has a lot of fans watching us right now. Okay, on this Molitown platform is it's a home for you guys. Know how we started the platform, right? Uncut. We are always uncut. Yeah, we are always uncut. Direct. We behave like.
They find the Maahlox nonce and fool. All they do is move.
So I know they were watching us. Or they will watch us, ok? Merci pour les gens qui ont regardé cette vidéo. Si tu n'es pas abonné, abonne ici. Et abonne aussi à Chakra TV, ok? C'est la même famille. On va avoir contrat aussi lundi à Chakra TV. Comme vous constatez, mon français n'est pas parfait. Je ne suis pas comme
bientôt même, Liby. Je comptais même commencer un Chakra TV Cameroun. Et je voulais même qu'on commence à faire des choses. On peut commencer à faire des choses aussi en français.
Okay.
Donc, parce que je sais pas si tu vois. Je vais faire les choses aussi pour le marché francophone. J'ai vu que parfois, parce qu'on parle aussi des artistes camerounais, on a aussi l'audience francophone. Mais quand on parle seulement en français, parfois on les perd. Donc, peut-être.
Seulement en anglais, on les perd, oui.
Si toi tu es bilingue, moi je suis bilingue, parfois on peut aussi entrer en français. On peut créer un truc. Juste parler en français, juste pas nécessairement dans le contraste podcast, mais il faut qu'on commence aussi à penser à ça parce que
on peut créer une autre plateforme pour ça, ou tu veux qu'on crée un programme pour ça ou un show pour ça?
Oui, un autre show, un autre podcast.
Ok, on va chercher le nom, on va chercher un nom pour utiliser pour ça, parce que pour le moment moi j'ai besoin de parler français parce que mon français, je ne sais pas combien de temps j'utilise le français dans des mois, mais j'ai appris le français quand j'étais en Gandre. J'ai grandi en Gandre, c'est pour ça que je connais pas le français. Je peux m'exprimer un peu en français, mais quand j'ai passé trop de temps ici et il n'y a pas les gens qui parlent le français seulement.
Oui, même moi quand j'ai voyagé, j'ai aussi perdu beaucoup de français. Maintenant que je suis basé à Boya, je ne parle pas assez. Mais je crois que je m'en sors. Donc, si on a l'avantage, c'est aussi pour montrer l'exemple, comme j'ai dit tout à l'heure, là, que notre avantage, c'est notre diversité. Et si on peut aussi capitaliser sur ça, même avec notre podcast, donc on parle aux gens. Si tu vois, on a beaucoup de Nigériens, Ghanéens, Sierra-Léoniens qui sont dans notre podcast. On peut aussi commencer à
les gens du Côte d'Ivoire, Sénégal, Congolais, tout ça, ouais.
Oui, donc, ça, c'est notre avantage. Nous, on peut toucher le Nigeria un peu, on touche aussi la Côte d'Ivoire ou même les Gabonais un peu. C'est notre avantage. Eux ne peuvent pas faire ça. Mais si on va entrer pour bagarrer avec les Nigériens comme eux, sur les forces qui est la population, on ne peut pas s'en sortir.
Ouais.
Il faut qu'on joue sur notre force qui est notre diversité, notre bilinguisme et tout et tout.
Ok. Quand on a le temps, on va parler du nom, concept et tout ça.
Oui, bien sûr. Je suis toujours chaud pour commencer les choses.
Okay, so thank you everybody who tuned us. I believe some of you guys, ou les gens qui vont venir, vous nous regardez maintenant, les gens qui parlent le français. Les gens vont commencer à dire que c'est contrast podcast ou c'est quoi? Yes, it's contrast. Okay.
We are contrasting the languages.
We are contrasting the languages. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Liby, and that's the ambassador representing Chakra TV, and we out.